High in the Andes, in an area known as the Avenue of the Volcanoes, tourists are enjoying a spectacular view of the mountains, flying right over the top.
Slide your hand over the cable, and 60 feet before you reach the other side, pull the cable down and also use your body weight. Okay?
It's all about speed. Well, getting your speed just right. Too fast and you crash, too slow and you stop short.
It looks scary, but it's easy to do it. It's very enjoyable. Don't brake!
Eventually, though, you do start to get the hang of things, and then you can enjoy it.
That's a nice long run. That's great.
The Avenue of Volcanoes stretches 300 kilometers across Ecuador and boasts some of the highest peaks in the world. Among them is Cotopaxi, which stands at nearly 6,000 meters, and Pinchacha at over 4,000 meters. Hacienda San Agustin de Cayo lies in the path of Cotopaxi. The owner is aware of the threat to her tourism business, but family history makes her stay.
So how long have you had this hacienda?
It's been in the family for 3 generations. My grandfather bought it in 1921. Prior to that, this was an Inca temple, an Inca palace.
The palace walls still remain, and the hacienda is one of the 2 most important Inca sites in Ecuador. And for guests, they form the backdrop for a typical Andean welcome. Despite the fun, there's the fear that all this could be lost if Cotopaxi were to erupt again. It's something Mignon's discussed on several occasions with volcanologists.
They soothed my fears by telling me that the Incas had chosen this spot because it's at a higher level. That would explain why the Inca remains still prevail today 600 years later, after maybe 8 or 10 eruptions that have been registered.
But what if there were an eruption?
He said, definitely not go to the highway, that splits up and you get big ravines. And he said, the best thing is to stay in the house. So I said, well, like, for instance, we sit in the living room and have a little cognac and just wait for it to pass. He said, that is the best plan you can have.
Further south, and the threat is taken more seriously. Here, one of Ecuador's popular tourist towns nestles close to Tungurahua. The volcano's very name means rumbling throat.
Tungurahua is one of the most active of the volcanoes in the Ecuadorean Andes, and it's the closest to a popular tourist destination. The city of Baños lies just down there, directly at its base, sandwiched between the mountains and a ravine.
And that meant that until recently there was no way out for local people or tourists. The town has now built an escape route, a bridge over the ravine, since the threat of an eruption is very real. The volcano has erupted several times since 1999, covering Baños in hot ash and forcing residents to abandon their homes. This is where the lava flowed down the mountain 3 years ago. One tour guide witnessed the eruption firsthand.
We were woken up by a very strong explosion from the volcano that woke us up, and I was a little frightened for a few seconds. Nothing happened, and then we just continued sleeping, and then we left the next morning. A few days later, on Wednesday, this volcano erupted, a major eruption, throwing a lot of lava.
Just outside Baños, experts are constantly monitoring the volcano. When there's potential danger, the authorities sound sirens. They say the town is getting used to dealing with emergencies.
After the experiences we had in 2006, this time the people knew what to do as soon they had the alert, the warning from us.
Visitor centres hand out pamphlets explaining what to do in emergency and maps showing the best escape routes. Hotels tell guests to look out for the town's special evacuation signs, and some keep gas masks just in case. Ecuador is one of the most volcanic countries in the world, but attracting tourists and keeping them safe is a bit of a balancing act.